Hey Pallavi, how are you?
Yeah, hi Rakesh. Thank you. I'm good.
Yeah. So Pallavi, can you tell us something about your framework, your automation framework?
Yeah, I uh, in my automation framework, we are using the hybrid framework, wherein we have the folder structure like uh, through the in the SRC we have the main, and then in the main we have the Java pages, and then yeah. We have the Java pages,
Hmm.
and then each Java page is a class, and this class is representing the each page,
Hmm.
and this class it has various methods
Hmm.
wherein we can interact with the web elements of the page, and then also we have the this uh, yeah,
Mm-hmm.
we have the config file wherein we declare the properties file,
Okay.
wherein we declare the URL, URLs and the browsers,
Mm-hmm.
uh, and then in the SRC test folder structure we have the uh, test pages,
Hmm.
and then we have this thing. Uh, yeah, then we have the resources folder wherein we create the we have the features files,
Hmm.
and yeah, then and the features files,
Hmm. You have feature files, then you have step definition files,
step definition files, feature
right?
files.
Then you
Yeah,
have test runner file,
yeah, test runner files.
right?
Yeah,
What else? What is the reporting mechanism?
and
Hmm.
uh, we use uh, for the reporting mechanism,
Hmm. Hmm.
we use the test ng framework,
Hmm.
wherein we generate the extend reports,
Hmm.
and yeah,
Right. Okay.
so
So apart from this, you can also tell about the CI/CD integration. So you have an integration with the
hmm,
Jenkins, and Jenkins is triggering the automated test. It can trigger the smoke test. It can trigger the regression test. So those kind of things you can tell. You can also tell about the version control tool. You can also tell them about the few of the utilities or the logging mechanism, those kind of things you have created, incorporated in your framework, right? So those things you can
uh,
also
yeah, I
implement.
forgot about the utilities.
Yeah,
Yeah,
no problem, no problem. Okay,
yeah,
can you write the code to find the broken links in Selenium? Are you
broken
aware
link.
about broken links? Yes. Let's say you are navigating to a web page and you find some
Okay,
links, those are broken on that page. Yeah. So how will you find? There can be multiple links, there can be a single link, but mostly there are multiple links. So how will you find that via Selenium?
mm,
Take your time to
I've
think,
heard
no
the
worries.
concept, but I don't know. Like, find out using find element, and
Mm,
uh, we find out the XPath for a tag,
mm. See,
and
first of all, you will retrieve all the links, right?
mhm,
So you will
yeah,
collect all the anchor tags basically
yeah,
and extract their href attributes, right?
okay,
Then you'll use HTTP URL connection to check to validate each of the links. So let me share that
okay,
code with you so that you'll get
okay,
an idea. Mm, okay. Is the screen visible to you?
yeah, yeah,
Okay. So now See, first of all, you'll write this WebDriver equal to new cron
Mm-hmm.
driver. Then whatever the URL you have, you will get all the anchor tags. Now, since
Mm-hmm.
those tags are multiple, what we are doing is we are
Mm-hmm.
going for a list. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So list of web element links equal to driver dot find elements and all the links you'll get with the tag name A. Okay. And then you'll go for each loop. So within
Okay.
for each loop, within each of this link, you'll identify, right? First of all, you'll check if the URL is null or if URL is empty, right? Then you'll check the HTTP URL connection that I was telling to you. So that we have mentioned in the try catch because at times you
Okay.
might
Okay.
get some exceptions. So if the
Yeah.
response
Yeah.
code
I
you are
know.
getting is greater than or equal to 4,000, sorry, 400, then
Okay.
it's a broken link.
Yeah.
400
Yeah.
means, let's say if you are hitting any
Broken
URL,
link.
you
Okay.
get 400, right? So that's a broken
Yeah.
link, right? If
Yeah.
you get
Okay.
200
Okay.
or if you get some 201 in the response code, then it's a correct URL. Okay. And then you'll quit
Okay.
this thing, right? So that's
Okay.
how you will find the
Wait. Okay.
broken links,
Mm-hmm.
whether the links are broken or not in the using Selenium. Um,
Okay.
Okay. In which cases will we use implicit wait, or in which cases you can tell we'll use explicit wait? So you have to come up with some of the scenarios, with some of the cases in which you have to tell when you are using implicit wait and when you are using explicit wait.
Uh, when uh, when we are trying to find out some element,
Hmm.
that time, when we want to set give the wait time, we want to set the default wait time globally, then we
Hmm.
can use implicit wait. And for explicit wait, whenever we are trying to locate some element, but
Hmm.
it is taking some time, uh, to appear on the page
Hmm.
and all. So that time, we can make use of the explicit wait. Like we
Hmm.
can put the condition uh, WebDriver wait till the element is visible.
Hmm.
And yeah,
So element is
so
visible or element is clickable, right?
clickable. Yeah,
So those
yeah,
kind of scenarios you have, so then
scenarios.
you will be going for the explicit wait.
Explicit wait.
Okay. Great. Then how do you handle frames in Selenium?
Frames.
Mm.
We can handle frames with the use of frame, or driver dot
Mm.
frame handle. We can use uh, driver dot
Driver dot frame handle you are telling. Okay.
uh, I- driver dot. Yeah, I mean, we with
Mm.
the help of switch we can switch between the frames.
Switch between the frames. Okay. How will you switch between the two frames?
With the help of driver object. And actually, I forgot that
Mm-hmm.
concept, frame handling, because
Okay.
I done window handling, but
Yeah, no problem. See, I'll tell you about that. So you can switch to frame by index. You can mention driver dot switch to dot frame of,
yeah, yeah,
and in that bracket you can mention 0, 1 to which index
zero
you
one
would
two
like
three.
to switch to, right? You can
Yeah,
also
yeah, yeah.
perform actions within that frame, like you can perform click action. You can also switch to another frame with the help of the frame name or with the help of frame ID, right? So that
Okay,
also
okay.
can be
Yeah,
done, right? If you are dealing with nested frames, then you have to, at times you have
okay.
to switch to the parent frame as well. So those kind of things are also happening.
Yeah,
So Let's say
Mm-hmm.
if you are dealing with the nested frames, then this is how you will be
Mm-hmm.
writing the code.
Mm-hmm.
Um, yeah. Now let me share the screen. Yeah. Is the screen visible?
Yeah.
Hmm. So if you're dealing with the nested
Mm-hmm.
frames, so you'll first switch to that particular frame, right? And you'll perform the click on
Okay.
that nested element. If you want to
Yeah,
switch
yeah.
back to the parent frame, then you'll use driver dot switch to dot parent frame.
Mm-hmm.
If you want to switch
Mm-hmm.
back to the main content, then you'll use driver dot switch to dot default content, right? So that's
Okay.
how
Yeah.
you will be um,
Default content.
playing with the frames. You'll be automating the frames in
Yeah,
Selenium.
yeah.
Hmm.
Okay. Fine.
Great. Fine. Let's say now, can you open flipkart.com? Can you share your screen and
Uh,
open
yeah,
flipkart.com?
yeah.
Hmm. Yeah. That is not working. I think it will be KART, right? Flipkart, KA.
Flip.
Yeah.
Okay, okay. Spelling is wrong.
Hmm.
This one, na? Right.
Hmm. Yeah. Click on this. Go to this website. Yeah. Hmm. Now you have to write. Yeah. Close this. Yeah. You have to
Mm-hmm.
write the feature file. You have to create one feature file
Mm-hmm.
for cart option.
Okay.
Hmm.
For cart.
Cart option. Yes.
Okay. So I'll write it on the
Hmm.
notepad
Yeah, yeah,
or
you write it on the notepad. Hmm. Hmm. So how many keywords you have written? User clicks on the cart. Okay. Then user selects add to cart option. When user clicks on the cart, then remove from cart option should be visible. Okay. User selects add to cart. Okay. Now, then all items. So, okay. Now see, you have used this when keyword user clicks on the cart, right?
Yeah,
Twice.
yeah, yeah,
Is
yeah.
there any other alternative? Or let's say if I want to optimize this particular feature file, so how would I do it?
Uh,
How would I do it then?
um, can we, instead of writing this,
Hmm.
user clicks on the cart again, again and
Hmm.
again, can we make use of that keyword background? No.
Yes, yes.
Yeah, yeah,
So you have the solution.
yeah, yeah. But
Hmm.
where can we use it? I forgot.
So background is a keyword which can assist you with the duplicate or repetition of the actions that you have to perform. So
Yeah,
background,
yeah.
it will be at the top and you can just write background colon user user clicks on the cart. Okay,
Okay. Yeah.
simple. What else? How will you further optimize it? So these operations, add, update, delete, uh,
Mm-hmm.
right? These kind of
Mm-hmm.
operations, you can also create in the section of examples, and you can just pass scenario outline. So you can use scenario
Okay.
outline and you can
Mm-hmm.
use these particular scenarios. First is
Mm-hmm.
to add, second is to delete.
Mm-hmm.
So those kind of
Mm-hmm.
examples section you can also create. So rather than
Okay.
going for scenario, you can go for scenario
Mm-hmm.
outline as well.
Okay.
Scenario outline, sorry,
Mm-hmm.
will assist you
Mm-hmm.
with the parameterization.
Mm-hmm.
So that
Okay.
is more beneficial. With less number
Okay.
of lines of code, you can do more.
Okay.
So that is your scenario outline. So you can use that.
Okay.
Clear?
Yeah.
What else?
We can
Hmm.
like yeah, that I think you told now, no? For
Hmm.
whenever we want to pass any parameters,
Hmm.
that time like username or password,
Hmm.
then we can make use of uh,
Then what else?
no, actually,
Okay,
just
okay, no
forgot.
worries. So one
Yeah.
is you have to use scenario outline. Another thing is,
Mm.
as we discussed, you have to go for that background keyword, right? So
Okay.
these two things you have
Yeah,
to
yeah.
take care.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, yeah,
Mm-hmm.
fine.
Okay.
Rest all looks
Okay.
good. Okay, now let's move to the next question. Where were we? Okay, how did you use OOPS concepts in your automation framework?
I made use of the base class the in the base class, we created like the common functionalities like opening of the WebDriver and all.
Mm.
So those common functionalities we have declared in the base class,
Yeah.
and then we have in the classes like for example homepage and the other classes we have extended the base class,
Okay.
and in this way we have used this inheritance,
Yeah.
and then also like we have made use of this encapsulation by making use of the keywords like um, uh, private and also uh, private final keywords also we
Hmm.
have made use keywords for keywords which we don't want to make changes like for example form is there and the fields like username, password, address, and then we are through XPath we are getting those values, and
Hmm.
then we are creating the variables as declaring the variables as private final, so that uh, also we made use of the overloading
So where did you use overloading?
overloading loading I've used.
Or how did you implement this polymorphism, abstraction, these kind of concepts in or their automation framework?
We have for polymorphism
Hmm.
like
So what are the two types of polymorphism? I think you were telling method overloading, method
yeah,
overriding, right?
method overloading and method overriding,
Yes, yes.
wherein yeah, method overloading is the compile time polymorphism
Hmm.
and overriding is runtime, and
Hmm.
but I am not remembering actually
Hmm. Hmm.
overriding
Hmm.
and overloading how I have implemented.
Hmm.
So that's why I'm
Okay,
trying to remember it.
fine. See,
I know the concept.
inheritance, right? You know the
Mm.
concept, right?
I know it,
Yeah.
but I'm right now I'm not able to
Hmm.
recall
Hmm.
my project.
Let's say, no worries. Let's say
Yeah.
polymorphism you have used. So if this question is being asked, so how will you
Mm-hmm.
explain? So you can implement a method overriding for actions like clicking, sending text, or waiting, which can behave differently for different page objects, right?
Okay.
The So at some pages or in some screens, we have to perform click action. In
Okay.
some screens, we have to send text, right?
Okay.
So those
Yeah,
kind of
yeah.
things can be done by the polymorphism. So let me
Okay, okay.
share that
Yeah.
code also with you,
Mm-hmm.
right? So this kind of example I'm telling. Okay. Now is the screen
Mm-hmm.
visible to you?
Yeah, yeah.
See, this is public void click element, right? So
Okay.
what it is performing? It is performing click.
Click
Okay.
element.
Now what you have done is you are overriding this method, and
Mm-hmm.
apart from like click, you are also asking it to print in
Mm-hmm.
case just in maybe some use case, some scenario you need to have this system
Mm-hmm.
not out dot println as well,
Mm-hmm.
right? So
Okay.
you're asking it to click. So those kind of
Okay.
things can be understood
Okay.
from the polymorphism, right?
Okay. Okay.
Inheritance, you were correct.
Mm-hmm.
Polymorphism done. Then abstraction. So in abstraction, you are using abstract classes for
Mm-hmm.
definition for defining in page objects, right?
Mm-hmm.
Test
Yeah, yeah.
scenarios, and those are being used in the
Okay.
step definition.
Okay, okay.
Then what is encapsulation? So encapsulation is what it will hide the implementation details and showcase only the necessary functionalities to the user, right?
Yeah.
So you can take an example that you are creating separate classes for page objects in the page
Mm-hmm.
object model again design pattern, and each of your class will encapsulate the locators and actions. You will have getters
Okay, okay,
actions there, right, related to your
okay.
specific page. So that's how you can tell
Encapsulation. Okay.
encapsulation,
Yeah, yeah.
right? Okay, then okay, what do you know about page object model?
Page object model is it's a design pattern wherein
Mm,
we create the different pages of a
mm,
web application,
mm,
and these pages they represent the classes, and this classes they contain the methods in order to be able to uh, uh, to interact with the web elements of the page.
mm,
And no, so this page object model,
mm,
we by creating this different classes, we are
mm.
able to maintain the code as yeah, we are able to maintain, and also we are able to reuse the code in our application, and also like uh,
So in
um,
page object model, one of the biggest advantages that your maintenance is being reduced, right? So
yeah,
you have multiple modules, you have various screens, and there might be some change in one of the screen. If you have implemented page object model, it would be easier for you to go to that page, update
go
that
to that
particular
page and
locator or
update.
method, and
Yeah,
it can be rolled out, right? So those kind of
okay,
things
okay,
you can use,
we can make use.
right? Okay, what is the difference between find element and find elements?
Find element will return only a single element, and find elements like whenever we are trying to locate some, for example, different images or links, that time it will return many web elements. And if the web elements are not formed, then it will return the empty list in
Hmm.
find elements.
Okay. How many test cases you are automating every day?
Web test cases
Yeah, yeah. How many
like
test cases do you automate every day?
like I'm automating uh, like if the test cases are if the test cases are complex ones,
Mm,
then it will just take like 3 to 4 days for automation.
mm.
And if it's like the simple ones, then one day, yeah, one day it will take for automate.
Okay. But how many test cases do you automate every day?
uh, Total like 5 to 6.
Okay. So whenever you get this kind of a question, you can tell that it depends on the test case complexity, right? So as
Okay,
you were telling, you have to define that complexity, low, medium, high. What is low from your side? What
okay,
is medium? What is high?
hi.
And at times you have to do, let's say if there is a priority manual testing task that you need to do. So you might have to jump into that. So you can tell the test cases are written properly and the functionality is stable, the application, the environment is up and running, then I would be able to automate. Let's say if it's a low test case, I'll be able
Those
to
test
automate
cases.
maybe one or two. If it's a
Okay.
medium test case, I might be taking 2 to 5 days. If it's a high complexity, I might take 4 to 7 days as well. So it depends from
um,
complexity level.
Complexity level.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah. So accordingly, you have to tell.
okay.
Okay. What are listeners in Selenium? Okay, sorry. What are listeners in TestNG actually?
Listeners in
Yeah, listeners in TestNG.
test ng. No, I don't have the idea. What listeners? Hello?
Yeah, yeah. Let
Yeah,
me tell
yeah.
you about that. What do you
Mm.
mean by interface?
Uh, Sorry, Rakesh, can you please repeat?
Yeah. I'll tell you. But before that, I was asking about interface. No worries. See,
Yeah.
listeners in TestNG are special interfaces actually, right?
Okay.
So they will assist you in at the time of logging, or you have to retry some failed test. So those kind of events can be done using listeners. So one is
Okay.
I test listener,
Okay.
right? Example, start, success, failure,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Mm-hmm.
I execution listener, right?
Mm-hmm.
So they will start and end of the entire suit execution. Then
Mm-hmm.
you have I suit listener. So these
Mm-hmm.
they will have some events that will be before and after a test suit,
Mm-hmm.
right? Then you have I invoked method listener, right? So these are the listeners that can be used in
Mm-hmm.
TestNG.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah. How will you keep yourself updated? Let's say if any new tool or technology has come up in the market, how will you keep yourself updated?
Uh, if any new tool or technology is there in the market, then
Mhm.
I will uh, like uh, through I mean through various sites and through the
Mhm.
online YouTube, through
Mhm.
YouTube also, like some communities are there,
Right.
testing communities and all, wherein we get updated about the latest tools in the
Mhm.
market. Yeah.
So you will research about it. You'll come to know via YouTube, online resources, then from LinkedIn as well. There are so
Okay.
many people on LinkedIn who are having a lot of experience in the field of testing those particular things. Then
Okay.
you can also do some R&D on social media things
Okay.
about
Okay.
the testing. There are some blogs, people who write the blogs. You can read them and you'll come to know. Once you know about any new tool or technology, you'll try to create a POC on that. So you'll get some idea
Okay.
what kind of tool
Okay.
or what kind of technology is being coming in the market. Is it
Okay.
helpful?
Okay.
Or maybe it will have some pros and cons. The
Hmm.
advantages maybe from this angle, disadvantages maybe from this particular point of view. So that all
Okay.
things you will analyze.
Okay.
Right?
Right.
Okay, Pallavi, I am
Yeah.
done with the interview. Do you have any questions for
Yeah.
me?
No, Rakesh. That's it. It's